Hello champions and future champions, today I will introduce you with a no-standard breakthrough idea. Here is the position from the game Wang Yu Agdenstein, and here is white to move. Are you free to pause the video and think how white should continue here? Okay, we have an endgame where black is pawn up and looks like everything is solid for them. The a6 bishop is defended with 2 pieces and the knight also defends the a6 pawn. But here Wang Yu played a5. And suddenly, game over. What happens? If black takes here ba5, white plays b6 with tempo, attacking the knight on c7, and then b7, b8, queen. After a5, if black takes ab5, anyway, ab6 with tempo on the knight, and then b7, b8, queen. After a5, what else can do black? They cannot move the knight and defend the b6 pawn somehow, because the knight is defending the a6 pawn as well, right? In the game, here Agdenstein tried knight b5, ab6, now it's coming b7, b8 queen, knight d6, kind of stopping b7 move, but now followed another tactic, which I offer you to pause the video and try to find it. Okay, rook e6, taking the bishop, pinning the rook, king f7 only way to defend the rook, but after knight d8, black lost the rook and in a few moves they resigned. Let's go to the next example. With white plays Eljanov Pavel against Ponomarev Dmitry. White to move, how to continue, I free to pause the video and think. Okay. Black's position looks very solid. The next move they will play knight e6, and here white bishop is very passive with his own pawns. But here followed the game, after which Eljanov took the advantage, g4. The same idea happens here too. In the game was followed knight g6, if a gf4, gf5, and now white has two very strong passed pawns. If fg4, after f5, white has very strong connected passed pawns, and they are also limiting black's pieces. Black has here passed pawns too. However, after h5, and black will try to push these pawns, after king g3, king just stop these pawns. If h4, g4 will hang, and the knight and bishop has not good squares to come and support their pawns. While the next moves, white plays bishop c1, bringing bishop back, knight d3, e6, knight e5, and slowly entering to opponent camp. After g4, black played knight g6 in the game, but after g5, knight f4, king f3, soon Eljanov won the game. The next example. Just a funny thing happened when I was recording. I screenshotted the game of Eljanov and sent to him and said that I was recording his game, and he sent me this position and said, "What do you think? Can black play here c3? Actually, this game it played by him with white plays Kartikeyan. And before we go ahead, I offer you to pause the video and think, can black play here c3 or not? Well, if we play here c3, a logical move with tempo we are pushing our pawn, we should calculate bishop c3 move. Black gives up the bishop, and if we take bishop c3, after knight d5, king d5, gh4, gh4, it will be endgame when our bishop is opposite color of this square. If you are not familiar with this, no worries. Soon Gabuzian records more daily lessons, and this time he will talk about such endgames, bishop against pawns. But this endgame for now, just remember that it's a draw. If this bishop was a light square bishop, it would be winning. So, after c3, bishop c3, yeah? However, there is bishop e3, king e3, and the next move I'm sure you will guess. I offer you to pause the video and find it. Okay, black plays g4, which happened in the game. Black wants to take gh3 and go to queen. If white takes hg4, then h3, and white cannot stop h2, a1. After gh4, if king f2, then gh3 with idea h2, and if king g1, hg3, and then h2, h1. Thank you, dear Pavel, for such nice example. Let's go to the next one. What would you play here if it was white to move? I offer you to pause the video and think. Okay, if you say it here a4, then great. White plays a4, then double the rooks, because whenever black takes ba4, then a6 pawn will be very weak, and after a4, rook a2 doubling the rooks, black will not be able to stop a b5, because at the end the a8 rook will hang. It will be different story if black king was on b7 defending the a8 rook. So what do you think? Can black play a5 themselves? I prefer you to pause the video and think. Okay, the move looks very logical, because if we take ba5 after rook a5, now black in future will play rook a8 and attack our a2 pawn, bringing the king to c6, and black will be very okay. After a5, if we play a3, now black will do the same thing against us at some point, playing rook a6, rook a8, and so on. But after a5, we have here a strong move, and I hope, knowing the previous examples, you will find it. Well, white plays here a4, the same idea. After ab4, ab5, and now white has very strong pass pawns. b6, b7 is coming, bishop on e5 supports it, also the b4 pawn is very weak. And if after a4, ba4 again, b5, b6, a4 will be lost as well. After a5, a4, what can do black? Nothing. They cannot defend the b5 pawn, because bishop on e5 controls the b8 square. Okay, now when you know about this non-standard breakthrough, I offer you to go to homework. We have an endgame. It's a black to move, with white plays Ivanchuk against Mikhail Adams. What did play here Adams? I offer you to think about and post in the comment section. Thank you for all your support, for subscribing to our channel, for sharing the videos with your friends, and everything you do for us. I highly appreciate that. I'm looking forward to seeing you during the next daily lessons with the Grandmaster.